Namaste everyone. Welcome back to Epic Tales of the Mahabharata. I'm Ryan and today we continue our journey through this timeless saga. Picking up where we left off in episode 5, where we explored the incredible stories of Arjun's rise as the greatest archer, Eklavya's profound sacrifice, and Karna's fateful encounter with Parshuram. In episode 6, we'll dive into the following dramatic events: Dronacharya's quest for revenge, the grand display of arms by the young princess, and Duryodhan's dark and cunning schemes. So, let's dive into this gripping tale. As the young princes of Hastinapur grew in skill and stature, their training under their fierce teacher prepared them for battle and adversity. However, beneath the surface of this disciplined training, Drona harbored a deep-seated desire for revenge against King Drupad of Panchal. His hatred was rooted in a personal betrayal. Years ago, Drona and Drupad had been close friends. Having studied together in their youth, they had once shared dreams of a lifelong bond. But their paths diverged as fate would have it. Drupad ascended the throne of Panchal, while Drona struggled with poverty. He sought help from his old friend, now a powerful king. Drupad turned him away, humiliating Dronacharya and declaring that friendship could only exist between equals. This insult hurt Drona, fueling a desire to restore his honor. When the time came for his students to prove themselves, Drona saw the perfect opportunity to settle the score with Drupad. He summoned the Kauravas and Pandavas, demanding his Guru Dakshina to capture Drupad and bring before him. Eager to prove themselves, the princes set out for Panchal. The Kauravas, led by Duryodhan, attacked first. But despite their strength in numbers, they couldn't defeat Drupad's forces. Then Arjun, leading the Pandavas, launched a brilliant assault. With his unmatched archery skills and sharp strategy, Arjun defeated Drupad's army, captured the king, and brought him before Drona. Drona reminded Drupad of his earlier arrogance. He took half of Drupad's kingdom, fulfilling the promise of equality in a twisted manner. However, this act deepened Drupad's hatred. The humiliated king performed a great yagna to seek a boon for a son who would avenge him by killing Drona. From this sacrificial fire emerged two children, Drishtyadumna, a powerful warrior destined to kill Drona, and Draupadi, a beautiful girl who would become a central figure in the Mahabharata. Drishtyadumna was born fully grown and armed, a symbol of Draupad's burning desire for vengeance. Although Drona knew of the prophecy, he still accepted Drishtyadumna as a student, a testament to his commitment to teaching. Draupadi's birth was equally miraculous. She was born from the same sacrificial fire as her brother. Emerging as an adult woman, her beauty and grace unparalleled. Her destiny was to play a crucial role in the events leading to the Great War of Kurukshetra, where the rivalry between the Pandavas and Kauravas would reach its peak. The enmity between Dronacharya and Draupad set off a chain of events that would shape the fate of many key figures in the Mahabharata. After the victory, Dronacharya organized a grand event. A showcase of skills by the young princess before the royal court and the people of Hastinapur. It was a moment of great pride for Drona, and he was in charge of rewarding the best candidate. The grand arena was filled with spectators, all eager to witness the prowess of the Kuru princess. Duryodhan, with his natural strength and aggression, impressed the audience with his mace-wielding skills. Bhima, not to be outdone, showcased his immense power, engaging Duryodhan in a fierce duel, leaving the crowd in awe. But it was Arjun who stole the show. With his extraordinary archery skills, he dazzled the audience, hitting targets with incredible precision and performing feats that seemed almost supernatural. The entire gathering watched spellbound as Arjun shot an arrow into the sky and brought down rain. He could shoot arrows through the eye of a moving needle, piercing multiple targets with a single arrow, and even create protective barriers with his arrows in midair. The crowd erupted in applause, recognizing Arjun as the greatest warrior of his generation. However, Duryodhan fumed in jealousy as the applause for Arjun grew louder. Duryodhan's envy deepened. He could see that Arjun was loved and respected by everyone. This adoration fueled Duryodhan's desire to outshine Arjun. It was during this event that a new warrior stepped forward who altered the dynamics between the Kauravas and Pandavas. Karna, who had been watching the display of arms from the sidelines, stepped forward and challenged Arjun. His entry was dramatic and unexpected, immediately silencing the arena. Recognizing Karna's talent, Drona thought of a plan to keep Arjun's competitor at bay. Karna was insulted in front of the whole gathering for being a charioteer's son and could not qualify, as the challenge was only meant for the members of the royal lineage. Kunti recognized Karna, seeing his golden armor and earrings. However, she was in no position to call him her son. The royal court ridiculed Karna for his low birth, and the hapless mother couldn't bear the distress and fainted. Duryodhan, recognizing Karna's skill and potential as a rival to Arjun, quickly seized the opportunity. He declared Karna the king of Anga, elevating him to royalty and granting him the status needed to challenge Arjun. This act of generosity by Duryodhan was not born out of kindness, but rather a strategic move. He saw in Karna a powerful ally, someone who could help him defeat the Pandavas and secure the throne of Hastinapur. Karna, deeply moved by Duryodhan's gesture, pledged his unwavering loyalty to him, a bond that would grow stronger with time. As the show of arms concluded, the seeds of future conflicts had been firmly planted. Duryodhan's jealousy Karna's loyalty, and Arjun's rising fame all contributed to a growing divide within the Kuru family. Determined to eliminate the threat posed by the Pandavas, Duryodhan began to devise a sinister plan with the help of his uncle Shakuni, the mastermind behind many devious schemes. Shakuni proposed a treacherous plot to rid Duryodhan of his rivals once and for all by luring them into a trap. He suggested that the Pandavas be invited to stay in a grand palace made entirely of lacquer, a highly flammable material, and then set it ablaze while they were asleep. Duryodhan loved the idea and immediately put it into action. A lavish palace was constructed in Varnavarta, and under the guise of honoring them, Duryodhan and Dhritarashtra persuaded the Pandavas to take a break from Hastinapur and enjoy a peaceful retreat in the new palace. Unsuspecting, the Pandavas, along with their mother Kunti, accepted the invitation and set off for Varnavarta. However, Vidura, the wise uncle of the Pandavas, sensed the danger. In a subtle conversation, he warned Yudhishthir, the eldest of the Pandavas, about the true nature of the palace and the plot against them. Vidur provided Yudhishthir with a cryptic clue, advising him always to keep an eye on exits and to dig underground if necessary. Forewarned, the Pandavas explored the palace and soon discovered its hidden dangers. They secretly dug a tunnel beneath the palace, planning their escape. One fateful night, as Shakuni, his uncle, and Duryodhan had planned, the palace was set on fire. The flames quickly engulfed the entire structure, and it seemed certain that the Pandavas and Kunti had perished in the inferno. However, thanks to Vidur's warning, the Pandavas had already escaped through the tunnel, emerging far from the burning palace. To the world, they were presumed dead, but in reality, they were very much alive. Buying the time before the next move, this narrow escape marked the beginning of their long journey toward reclaiming their rightful place in Hastinapur. In today's episode, we witnessed the unfolding of Dronacharya's long-held desire for revenge, the spectacular show of arms that highlighted the powers of the Kuru princess, and the emergence of Karna as a key player in the epic saga. We also saw the sinister plot hatched by Duryodhan and Shakuni to eliminate the Pandavas, a plot that ultimately failed thanks to Vidura's wisdom and the Pandavas' vigilance. As we reflect on these stories, we are reminded of how ambition, envy, and loyalty can drive individuals to great heights and may also lead them down a perilous path. The complex relationships between Dronacharya, Draupad, Arjun, Karna, and Duryodhan reveal the intricate web of emotions and motivations that make the Mahabharata such a timeless and compelling epic. Before we conclude, here are 3 questions to ponder. Question number 1. Was Dronacharya justified in using his students to exact revenge on Draupad? Question number 2. How did Karna's entry into the arena and his subsequent friendship with Duryodhan changed the dynamics between the Kauravas and Pandavas? And question number 3. Did Duryodhan succeed in his plot to kill the Pandavas? Thank you for joining me on this journey to the Mahabharata. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe and share it with your friends. Stay tuned for our next episode, where we'll continue to explore the epic saga of the Mahabharata. Until then, stay curious and keep exploring the epic tales of our past. Namaste.